So this morning I did a video talking about the doctrine of diversity and how it's caused, I believe it's caused hatred throughout the country. And quite frankly, this is going on in Europe too. Um, and I asked if it was maybe the cause of the shootout down in Dallas. And according to some manifesto that the young fellow went and posted, it seems to be a probability, but I'm thinking there's also something else going on as well. So I want to go ahead and read this article from Haaretz. Now I know Haaretz is a left-wing news organization, but even they actually print news sometimes. I want to go ahead and read this. Israel discusses plans to build both settlements and Palestinian houses in West Bank's Area C. And of course, as you know, those of you who know me, I am always offended by the usage of the term West Bank. That's nonsense. That is Judea and Samaria. It always will be, forevermore, Judea and Samaria. Now, I know that people like to quote Zechariah 12, and I do believe it's somewhat taken out of context because it's in the context of Jerusalem being attacked, okay? But there is something to be said about where it says, in that day, in verse 3, I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people, and all that burden themselves with it shall be cut to pieces. All right? You know, all those to try to move that stone or try, you understand the gist of it. So as I'm reading this, you'll see where I'm going here. Plans include 700 Palestinian and 600 settlement units, Khan reported. However, it is unclear whether new homes will be erected or existing ones will be legalized. The Security Cabinet has discussed plans in recent days to construct both Israeli and Palestinian housing in Area C of the west of Judea and Samaria. Public Broadcasting Corporation Khan reported Monday night. It is unclear whether the plans for construction would be for new units or legalize existing illegal structures. However, no official decisions on the plans have been made. Sources familiar with the matter told Haaretz that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's initiative for discussion, including 700 Palestinian housing units and 6,000 Jewish settlement units, which are currently in the process of approval. In the coming days, U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner is expected to arrive in Israel to discuss the economic chapter of his Middle East plan. Political sources believe that the relatively unusual discussion of Palestinian construction in Area C could be due to American pressure. Well, isn't that interesting? And what have we here? Look at the date of this article. Is July the 30th in 2019. And this massacre down in Texas and another one in Ohio. One happens on August the 3rd and one happens on August the 4th. If I understand correctly, just a few days later. What am I getting at? Okay. The Palestinians, they want to push the Jews, Israel, into the sea. They want to kill them all. Yet, the West, including the U.S. government, always insisting somehow that the Israelis and the Palestinians the Arabs can somehow live side by side, promoting their delusional doctrine of diversity, which I have proven using Daniel 2 in the previous video. It doesn't work. It doesn't work here in the United States. It doesn't work in Europe, and it will not work in Israel. It will not work in the Holy Land. And what makes this whole situation here even more offensive is as I understand it, okay, it says right here, right, Matei, Benjamin, Regional Council Chief Israel Gantz, and Samaria Regional Council Head Yossi Dagan issued a joint statement in response to the news of the plan, call it particularly worrying. Thought I saw something in here. All right, I'll just continue to read it and see if it jumps out at me. The Palestinian Authority, with the assistance and funding of foreign elements, is carrying out massive illegal construction in these areas with the clear goal of establishing a terrorist state in the heart of the country, the two leaders wrote. We hope this does not, heaven forbid, constitute a gesture toward the government that will be established after the election, the statement added. The head of the South Hebron Hills Regional Council, Yochai Damari, said that he was stunned by the news, added that we are waging a struggle against the Palestinian chokehold on our settlement, and only that it is a fitting topic to convene a cabinet meeting for. Shlomo Naaman, head of the Gush Etzion Region Council, also slammed the plans, referring to the suffering of the homeland known as Area C since the Oslo disaster. We discovered that the Arab approach of stealing a dunam and another dunam pays off for them, Naaman said. The Prime Minister's office has yet to comment. Plans for such buildings were not detailed during the cabinet discussions. In the past, state officials had planned extensive building permits that were later discovered to be old plans that were recycled. What I'm saying here, what I'm getting at is, it appears that Benjamin Netanyahu's government in Israel is trying to please the U.S. government in the United States by imposing in a way, imposing the diversity doctrine of Europe and the United States upon Israel. It does not work. And so, why should the United States, how can the United States escape unscathed pushing this nonsense on Israel? Does the United States think that they're going to escape the consequences? Don't force Israel. Don't pressure Israel to do anything. Unless, of course, you want to bleed.